Mossberg 935. What have we got here? It's my duck hunting shotgun. I want to give you guys a quick look at it. I haven't done an actual review of this gun. Got it last year before duck season, and this is my second season with it. And I'm going to point a few things out here. If you'll notice, wow, look how clean my gun is. Oh, wow. You can tell I really do a lot of cleaning on my gun. I'm sure you know I'm being a little sarcastic here. It's super dirty, but she functions flawlessly. I've yet to have a jamming issue, failure to extract, anything like that. Works great. This gun gets used and abused. This is not a safe queen. I don't baby this gun. It gets beat around in the boat. It gets drugged through the brush. We hunt swamps down here. We're constantly wading through the swamps, stepping over logs. I was walking a couple of weeks ago, had it slung over my shoulder, wading through waist deep water, and didn't notice, but half the bottom end of the gun was under the water. Got it out, shook it off, duck hunted all day, hunted the next day with it. I dried it off, I blowed it out with the air compressor, but I have yet to take this gun apart and clean it this season. Giving it a little torture test, and it's done great. I can't say anything bad about the 935. If you don't know, this is a 3.5-inch chambered 12 gauge, made by Mossberg, of course. And as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty flawless. Does fine for me. I've had a lot of other shotguns. I've had 1187s, Remingtons. I've had an 870. I've had 2 or 3 870s. I've got another Mossberg, an 835, which is the pump action 3.5-inch Magnum. For a long time, that was my duck gun, but I wanted to get into a semi-automatic. I've always been a little afraid of semi-automatics because some of the ones I've had in the past, they were reliable, but only to an extent. Every now and again, you would get a little bit of issues. Some people say they have issues with this gun cycling low brass. I don't have those issues. This gun cycles low brass just fine. I don't know if it's because of the way I broke it in. I used a really specific break-in procedure. I went duck hunting. That's how I broke it in. First morning, I believe I shot 1.5 boxes a shot through this shotgun. At the beginning, I was shooting nothing but 3.5s. I've since switched down to a 3-inch. I just prefer 3-inch. They're cheaper and they work just as good. So it got broke in shooting 3.5-inch shells. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But cycles 2 3/4-inch low brass just fine. I've never had a problem. I've shot dove with this shotgun. Good Lord. I mean, this is just a good gun. I've killed a few deer with this shotgun. I'm running a Pattern Master choke here. If you're not familiar with this barrel, Mossberg, the 835 and the 935, has an overboard barrel, I believe they call it. If I'm not mistaken, you got 12 gauge bore, and then it opens up. I don't know if you can see the swelling of the barrel right here, but it fattens up right here, and you get a 10 gauge bore out of a 12 gauge shotgun. They say it helps with the patterns, especially with steel shot. Steel shot, you use a more open choke to get the equivalent patterns of a full choke with lead shot. So hopefully that makes sense. With steel, you don't really want to use a full choke. Steel can't compress and deform like lead will. So, but I run this Pattern Master. If you're not familiar with the Pattern Master, I really enjoy these. Let's see if I can get you a shot of it. Alright, you see those square ridges down in there? They catch the wadding and hold the wadding there for a split second, allowing the pellets to leave the barrel just before the wadding. Shortens up your shot strings, and in my experience, I get a lot tighter patterns out of this gun at 35, 40 yards than I do with a standard modified choke. That's the long range version. They make them in all different ranges, but I enjoy the long range version, especially shooting wood ducks. In case they're high, I can still hit them. But yeah, if you're in the market for a 12 gauge shotgun, duck hunting or anything else, I can't really say anything bad about the Mossberg 935. Mine works great. Some people are going to have problems, I'm sure, but I'm confident that the vast majority of 935 owners will say the same thing I'm saying. This gun, like I said a while ago, it gets used and abused, and it works just fine. And as you see, it is super dirty. I haven't cleaned it this duck season. I blew it out with the air compressor once. So I got 2 more days of duck hunting, and then I'm going to break it down and give it a real good cleaning. Maybe I'll show inside of it and see what it looks like after 2 seasons of hardcore hunting. I do landscaping, so during the winter I have a ton of free time. This gun's been in the swamp at least 4 days a week, some days 6 days a week, but it still works. No matter what I've done, it still functions. So, like I say, if you're in the market for a 12 gauge duck hunting gun, or just a 12 gauge in general, the Mossberg 935, I would take a look at it. This one's been reliable for me, and it gets used, and I mean used hard. So there you go. Maybe when I take it apart, we'll do another video and see what it looks like on the inside. Guys, if you're looking around at duck hunting videos, check out Drop Tine Outdoors. Some guys right up the road from where I'm at, they do a lot of duck hunting. They got some good videos of them actually dropping birds. I don't have the GoPro to film that kind of stuff. They do. So go check them boys out. They just done a review. Fella just done a review of his Benelli, and seems like he was having some trouble with his Benelli. So maybe he needs a Mossberg. All right, fellas. I appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next one.